Okay, I'd like to call to order the January 20th City Council meeting. We will stand for the invocation and the pledge of allegiance.
Lord, we acknowledge your presence among us tonight, and we pray for your guidance during this meeting. Give our council members the wisdom to work in the best interest of everyone in our community. In your name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Becker? Souter?
Here.
McBain?
Here.
Schloninger?
Here.
Callender? Here. Simpson?
Here.
Lakeman? Willie?
Here.
Blaisdell?
Here.
You have copies of the January 6th meeting minutes. Are there any additions or corrections to those minutes? If not, they will stand. Under communications, I have one to the City of Columbiana. The Ladies Auxiliary of Benjamin Post 290 of Columbiana requests permission for the annual Coffee Day to be conducted on Friday, May 8th and Saturday, May 9th, 2015. We will be contacting the various locations in Columbiana that have been so kind to us in the past to permit us to distribute the poppies to assure that we have their approval again this year. We do not sell the poppies, but accept contributions to be used by local units to aid veterans in need, their families, and veterans in hospitals throughout the state. All proceeds are channeled to veteran rehabilitation, children, and youth work. The red paper flower was adopted as the memorial flower in 1920 to symbolize the sacrifices of American servicemen and women in every war. Throughout the year, disabled and hospitalized veterans make the poppies in hospitals and convalescent workshops maintained by the auxiliary. We respectfully request your permission to continue this important tradition in our town. Sincerely, Joyce Alcorn. And we will act on that later in the meeting. You have copies of the Planning Commission meeting minutes, January 13th, and the Columbiana Park Recreation and Cemetery Board meeting minutes of December 15th, 2014. Any comments on these two boards? Okay, we'll move on to recognition of persons desiring to appear before council. And first on the list is Rob Schwartz with the Columbiana Tourism Board regarding the Wine Fest for June 27th and 28th, 2015 at the American Legion.
Hello, Council. My name is Rob Schwartz. I'm here on behalf of the Columbiana Area Tourism Bureau as the director and also the chairman of the Wine Fest. As most of you know, we hosted 2 Wine Fests now. This will be the 3rd annual if we get your permission. We'd like to hold that event again at the American Legion. This year we're looking at 2 days. Saturday, June 27th. Time will be on Saturday from 3 p.m. until 8 p.m. and then Sunday from noon to 5 p.m. Last year we had about 750 attendees. This year we're anticipating a few more. Also, the 2-day is primarily to give us an opportunity if we have a rain day or some bad weather that it won't totally devastate the event. A couple other good things come along with that by giving folks another option if they can't make it Saturday or Sunday, and also not stretching it out so long that the vendors and volunteers overtax that day.
I think it worked out well for the Legion too last year.
We hope so.
According to Dick.
We still have to get final approval from the Legion with your blessing moving forward.
You know the commander?
I think I know. So he's tough.
Any questions from anybody for Rob?
And that also requires a temporary permit for the...
That's correct. There's a special permit called an F4 permit through the Ohio Division of Liquor Control. Part of applying for that is first to come here and get your permission, and also have the chief's blessing, and a few other things. And also be a 501c3, which, by the way, this year, this event will be fully hosted by the Columbiana Area Tourism Bureau. In the past, because that 501c3 wasn't official, it's been partly the chamber and the tourism bureau working together. As you know, we work together. We're going to continue to work together, but tourism bureau will pull the permit this year.
Do you have special insurance for the event?
We do.
You do?
We do. We have that through our local insurance carrier. We add, I think the event insurance is an extra like $600 to our policy, just for that day, because of alcohol. That's correct.
I'll make a motion that we approve the event.
Second, any discussion? I think it worked out real well for the town. It was a well-attended event. Anybody else?
I'll say it brought a lot of people into town that haven't been here before. A lot of them I know talking with me, just going uptown to the shops, what have you. And that's what it's all about, Rob. That's why you're doing it. So
That's right.
good job.
Oh, thank you.
Deanne?
Souter?
Yes.
McBain?
Yes.
Schwanniger?
Yes.
Callender?
Yes.
Simpson?
Yes?
Thank you all.
You're in shape.
Thank you.
Anyone else from the audience would like to speak tonight? I think maybe, Lance, on your manager's report, let's go to letter H right in the beginning.
Sure.
If that's all right. And that would be a motion to concur with the city manager and the chief of police on hiring Marvin Grace as a full-time police officer for the city of Columbiana Police Department.
So moved.
Second.
And chief, do you have an update on this?
I do. Appreciate the opportunity to bring this forward. We lost one of our full-time officers who had gone to South Carolina to a much larger department, and saw opportunity there that he wanted to pursue. That left us an opening. Fortunately for us, we have a candidate standing right in line that is just ready to go. Marvin Grace sits here with us tonight with his family. He's been with our auxiliary since August of 1999. He also served 2.5 years as sergeant on the auxiliary, where he ran things for us there. In 2002, he was elevated to part-time status and has worked part-time for us since 2002. So he's not a new face. He certainly knows our system, certainly has put in a lot of time and volunteer effort, and has worked hard for us and is a good, loyal employee. I recommend him to you without reservation. We're glad to have him on the full-time ranks. If you'd like to introduce your family, you're welcome to do that.
With me today is my wife Lisa. This is my 2 children, Evan and Ella, and also my mom, Joanne, who's been a lifelong resident of Columbiana also.
Okay, if you want to come forward, our city attorney will swear you in. Oh, we better vote on it. You might not get voted in.
Okay, everybody's voting no.
McBain?
Yes.
Schwanniger?
Yes.
Callender?
Yes.
Thank you.
Simpson?
Yes.
Souter?
Yes.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Ohio, and the Charter and ordinances of the City of Columbiana, Ohio, and that you will faithfully discharge your duties as full-time police officer, the appointment to which you've been made to see. If so, say I do.
I do.
Glad to have you.
Thanks, sir.
Mr. Graves, if you like. If you make any comment, if you want, you can make comments up to half an hour.
I just appreciate the offer, or the opportunity to continue to serve the city in a full-time capacity now, as I have done for the past 15 years. So thank you very much.
Glad to have you aboard.
Thank you.
You just signed it.
Okay.
Okay, being there was no one else wanted to speak, well, I will go to the manager's report.
Okay, I put preliminary legislation on the agenda today for the 7 and 14 intersection project. PennDOT sent that to us. And I also intend on advertising for engineering on that project soon, even though that the work won't be done until 2018. We're going to get started with everything. It's going to take just to give you an update on the Camelot Bridge project. The bridge is in, but it's not paved yet, and realistically, it does not look like it's going to happen before spring. But if we do get some days that we can do it, the blacktop company will still be open, but we just don't want to risk the job for the coal and the permafrost. So our engineers are looking at it, and if it warms up enough, we'll go ahead and pave that and open that road. As you know, the 911 system went down last week. Commend the job that city forces did to react to the situation. And I'd like to throw it over to the chief just for a minute to give us a brief rundown of what happened and how we adjusted.
Okay, came as kind of a surprise to us. This happened well above the local level, at the AT&T level, in a data center out near Akron, when they had a steam pipe rupture. And of course, data center equipment, computers don't like water very much. That created an outage. Some of the redundancy did not kick in as we thought it might. It put us in a position where our 911 system, not only ours, but Summit County, Mahoning County, Stark County, parts of Carroll, and Franklin County were down for a period of time. They called me at home from our dispatch center immediately upon this happening, and then we lost our local phone service as well for about 10 minutes. I came down here, we began to implement our emergency operations plan, which worked pretty well. We got a Nixle alert out, which is the system we're now using to notify people by text and email what we had going on. And we asked people to call our 10-digit number, which worked pretty well. Calling a 10-digit number will get you a police or fire EMS response. We notified the other safety forces. Also notified Doug Sturgeon in Lance, because at that point in time we didn't know what we had. We didn't know whether it was an outage on a steam pipe, which we didn't know then, or whether it was some other kind of an event that was deliberate. So we took all the precautions that we could think of to take. And within a period of time, we had everybody up and running and everybody here to operate in an emergency mode without the 911 system still taking calls, still answering calls. And to our knowledge, we didn't drop anything that was an emergency or have anybody suffer any ill effects from that. Along about the time that it started to come back up was about 11:35 that evening. Macedonia came up, and then we started coming up across our region. The last in Columbiana County was actually Liverpool, and they were down nearly 16 hours. We were a little bit better than that. So it wasn't a real pretty picture for a while there, and we didn't know what was going on, but once we got everything up and running in terms of our emergency operations plan, we felt a whole lot better about the thing. We had random high visibility patrols in the neighborhoods, and we just never lost a step. So it just pays the plan. Even if there's something you can't control, there's still some things locally we can do. And I don't want to get too many specifics, but answer any questions that you have or want to know about time frames or actual things we did. I'd love to do that. If not, let's, yep.
Thanks, Chief. Mike and I are meeting with the superintendent to go over our budget request this week. I contacted Tim Schramm from HRG, who's here, about that traffic light improvement, and we're getting that ball rolling. Interest of the planning commission is we're still accepting letters till the 29th, and then that'll be up to you on the next council meeting after that, the February 3rd. Wastewater plant, they've just been worked on a couple of heaters. They're still dealing with the generator that we've been talking about. Water plant, we've scheduled a tank maintenance for June of 2015. This company, very few companies have the ability to do this, which is waxing the inside of the tank. And it was supposed to come last year. They didn't come, and we finally got them on the schedule to come June of this year. Street department, they put 24 tons of patch down over the last few weeks. And they also completed the sign upgrade in Zone 1 due to the new sign regulations for reflectivity. They've finished that and they're starting on Zone 2. And they also took upon themselves to rebuild number 11's truck engine. And they're putting that back together today and it should be back in service. And I wanted to point out, there's a police department report had reported the Explorers post and what they're doing and how well they're doing, and membership is up and the program's been highly successful. And we're very proud of them, and they do a lot of work through all these events and make them possible. I want to throw it over to the chief a little bit to talk about what they're doing.
Thank you. I really appreciate the recognition that we can throw their way. These are young people between 14 and 21. That's the age group. Generally, as they age out into the higher age ranges, we try to get them into our auxiliary. So we like to bring them along, and ideally for me, they're explorers, then they're auxiliary, then they're part-time, then they take the civil service test and end up in our full-time ranks. We've got a proven, tried, tested, true employee and a long-term employee, and it saves us money, it saves us training costs and a revolving door effect that costs you money. So the Explore program is really doing well. We've got more than we've had in a long time. These kids are just outstanding. They come in, they work hard, they take it very seriously. We put them in the Explore uniforms, they'll direct traffic for us, handle responsibilities for crowd control and different things that we do. If you get an opportunity, I know you have a lot to read in your packet, but if you take a look at the letter that Kevin Kloss wrote me that outlines the things that they've done just in the last year, it's an astounding amount of things that go into this program, that these kids will come out on their own time after school with homework and sports and band and all the things that they do to donate time to this city and our police department. Without the Explorers helping our auxiliary, auxiliary helping us, we don't make all these special events happen. We don't cover things like our wine fest and things like that, all the traffic and all the things that happen in the street fair. This is such a critical and important program, and I can't say enough about the young people who are involved in this, and the time that they put in, and the dedication they show, and the maturity that they display from a very young age. You look at some of them, you think, oh, they're just very young, but they're so mature and so dedicated to this program, and we really thank you for your support with it. It's one of the older Explorer programs in the state. We have a couple of those. The Explorers have been around a long time. Our DARE program is one of the oldest in the state. All of our young person programs that we're operating are doing really, really well. And so I'm just really proud to present this report to you and invite you to take a chance to read it. And if you see these guys out in the street, shake their hand and tell them who you are. I think they'd really welcome the recognition. I appreciate the time to put it on the agenda.
Thanks, Chief. In your packet, we had the Columbiana Police Report for November 14 and December 14. Also had the Mayor's Court Report for December 14. Income tax year-to-date report. Columbiana EMS report was in there, and also the fire department report for November was in there. And that's all I have, Will.
You might report on the income tax that we're in recovery mode for the amount we collected. Mike, do you have the figures from last year?
Yeah, I do. I believe you guys should have it in your packet too.
Yeah, we did.
The income tax was up again this year by 3.11%, total of $65,429.80. The withholding was up, the business was up, which is great because that means our businesses are doing well. And but their individuals was down a little bit from last year. I'm not sure why.
I don't quite understand that.
Well,
why individuals are down in the business and.
well, I guess more people work at the businesses that don't live in town. So, but there, we had another good year. It was, like I said, it was up. This is the third year in a row that it has increased, and this is the third year in a row that we went over $2 million. We've never hit the $2 million mark until 2012. That was the first year. But yeah, the income tax is doing well. There are some issues at the state level that have occurred with municipal income tax. Actually, it was passed at the end of last year during the lame duck session about they're calling it conformity issues, but there are some other stuff that was in the bill that could affect us and other communities negatively. But it was a big fight. This has been going on for like 3 years, and they finally did get it passed. There's another bill out there that died last year, but may be coming up again this year, that they want to get through the legislator that municipalities would not be able to tax the people that do not live in the community. Even though they work here, right now they pay withholding tax if they're in the city. But there's a bill that was, like I said, last year, and may come up again this year, that they're trying to eliminate that municipalities could only tax residents. And
That would hurt.
What's that?
That would hurt.
That would hurt more than some of the changes that went into effect in this bill that was passed at the end of the year. Yeah, it would. But we'll see what happens, see how it goes. But we have done good the last couple of years.
That's all you have, Lance? Okay, you have, for reviewer comments, the bill list of 1/20/15. Any comments on the bill list?
I have a question.
Okay,
Somewhat confused. I'm reading through there, and it's just a small expenditure, but what's it mean that we bought 7 beanies, I think it was?
Oh, that was 9 beanies, that was for the EMS department.
Stocking caps.
It's
Okay.
ball caps.
I was just looking for the EMS to be running around with propellers on their head.
No, I think they're like baseball caps and what they are.
you wondered what if they had them, didn't you?
I wanted one, that's right.
I knew that. Okay, we'll move in, there is no old business, we'll move into new business. I need a motion to approve the request from the American Legion Auxiliary Unit 290 to hold the annual Poppy Days in the city on May 8th and May 9th, 2015.
So moved.
Second.
Comments? Deanne?
Schoniger?
Yes.
Callender?
Yes.
Simpson?
Yes?
Sauer?
Yes.
McBain?
Yes.
Okay, and we have one resolution, and due to its length, could I have a motion to read it by title only?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Deanne?
Callender?
Yes.
Simpson?
Yes?
Sauer?
Yes.
McBain?
Yes.
Schoniger?
Yes. And due to the nature of the resolution, it needs to be passed as an emergency. So I could have a motion to suspend the normal 2 readings to 1 reading.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion on that. Deanne?
Simpson?
Yes.
Sauer?
Yes.
McBain?
Yes.
Schoniger?
Yes.
Callender?
Yes.
Resolution number 15-R-473. An emergency resolution authorizing the city manager of the city of Columbiana, hereinafter referred as a local public agency, to execute a contract with ODOT for the State Route 714 intersection project in the city of Columbiana. Have a motion on this.
So moved. Second.
Discussion on this. I think Lance has already went over this a little bit. Deanne?
Sauer?
Yes.
Schwanneker?
Yes.
Callender?
Yes.
Simpson?
Yes?
Okay, we usually go to council comments, but I thought, you ought to change that tonight to, let's have some words of wisdom from the council members.
Go get 'em.
I'll tell you, Paul, as you know, I missed the last council meeting. I traveled by auto, if you will, my motor home from here to sunny California and back. I haven't done that for 40-some years. I'm still not impressed with the sand and cacti and what have you in the western part of the country. I still think the Columbiana is the greatest place in the United States. And I saw a bunch of it in 14 days.
I agree with you. I have one comment. I'm not sure that I met the man, I've heard his name, but we talk about rejuvenating Main Street, and I see that the Don's Barber Shop area has been remodeled to front with new roofs and so on. And also now I understand the same person has bought the Ryan's News building and is going to do the same with that building. So I want to give some kudos to, I think his last name is Gosney, is that right? Mr. Gosney for coming into the city and, you know, it might catch on and spread. We might get some more updates. But I want to thank him for what he's doing.
And I believe he's active on the tourism board now. So
Recently joined the tourism board, and he's going to be the chairman of the Springtime on Main Street.
He's really moving into town, huh? I hope he comes to council meetings some night so we can meet him. Ted or Dick, married?
the Chamber of Commerce is having a business breakfast at the Dutch House Friday morning at 7:30. Lance is going to be one of the speakers.
Wow.
We're talking about the efficiency smart.
News to you. Just one comment. I know I missed a few meetings right before Christmas last year here, mainly because I was involved in the Miracle on 34th Street production up at the movie theater. And I'd just like to let everybody know that the Crown Theater Group is putting on a series of 5 different plays this year. If you buy season's tickets, you can save $30 plus have a few other things there. It's a terrific series of events. The kids and everybody else who participate are all volunteers, and I just had a marvelous time. I think it's a wonderful thing to participate in, and I encourage everybody to go up there and take in at least one of the productions over the course of the next year.
Good. Mary?
I've got nothing.
You got none?
Sorry, folks.
Come on, Mary, give us some words of wisdom.
I've got nothing.
Got no wisdom in that? Okay, if there's nothing else to come before this meeting, could I have a motion to adjourn?
So.